Objective of this video lecture is to explain fundamentals of convection as a mode of heat transfer. Convection. Let us start our discussion with introduction, definition, process, and classification. Heat transfer by convection takes place between solid surface and fluids in combination. Fluids may be either gas or powdery substances or liquids, and convection may also take place between solid surface or powdery substances in contact. In figure 3.1, convection heat transfer takes place between solid surface and liquid. Let us consider a solid surface which may be either hot or cold, is exposed to the liquid, may be cold or hot. Now when this liquid comes into contact with this solid surface, depending upon which entity is either hot or cold, heat transfer may be take place either from solid surface to the liquid or from liquid to the solid surface. In the similar tune, figure 3.2 shows the convective heat transfer taking place between a solid surface and gas or powdery substance. Let us once again consider a solid surface, either hot or cold. When it is exposed to gas or powdery substance, which may be either cold or hot. Now once again, depending upon which entity is either hot or cold, heat transfer may take place from either solid surface to the gas or from gas to the solid surface. The process of heat transfer by convection basically involves following mechanisms which are taking place in a fluid during the heat transfer. So the very first mechanism is diffusion. Diffusion is nothing but conduction of heat from the solid surface into the fluid. Now during diffusion, what happens actually? When fluid comes into direct contact with the wall, it does not move relative to the wall or solid surface. Hence, relative motion between fluid particle and wall or solid surface becomes zero. And in the absence of the movement, the heat transfer from the solid surface to the fluid taking place by conduction only. In order to understand this mechanism, let us consider the hot oval represents cold fluid particle and the green oval represents cold fluid particle and red oval represents hot fluid particle. Let us consider a solid surface and it is heated. When a cold fluid particle comes into contact with this solid surface, it achieves the velocity of this solid surface. And if this solid surface is at rest, this fluid particle will also comes at the state of rest. Now, by virtue of the temperature difference, heat transfer takes place from solid surface to this fluid particle by conduction, because there is no movement between solid and fluid particle. And because of this heat transfer, the fluid particle becomes heated. So this way, heat transfer takes place by diffusion mechanism from solid surface to the fluid molecule. The second mechanism of heat transfer by convection is advection. Advection is nothing but fluid motion or mass movement of fluid or physical transportation of the fluid or circulation and mixing. All these phenomena come under the mechanism advection. So basically in advection, the movement of or transportation of mass of the fluid is taking place. In order to understand this advection phenomena, let us consider a solid surface which is once again heated. And we have seen when cold fluid particle comes into contact with this heated surface, its temperature increases and the cold fluid particle becomes hot fluid particle. Now what happens as a result of increase of the temperature of this heated particle, its density decreases and it becomes lighter and it moves in the upward direction. So the movement of these fluid particles in the upward direction is nothing but advection. This is called as advection. Now, during the movement of these hot molecules in the upward direction, it comes into contact with the cold fluid particles. So as you can see here, hot molecules are moving in the upward direction, and while moving upward direction, it comes into contact with the cold fluid particles. And when they come into contact with the cold fluid particles, they transfer some of the heat to these cold fluid particles once again by diffusion. So this way heat transfer takes place from hot fluid particles to the cold fluid particles. And this way heat transfer is enhanced. Moreover, the fluid motion initiates higher rates of heat conduction at a greater number of local sites in the fluid. Therefore, the rate of heat transfer to a fluid is much higher by convection than it is by conduction. Now, actually, what happens when the cold fluid particle comes into contact with this solid surface? Heat transfer takes place by conduction, and the heated particle moves in the upward direction. Now, while moving upward, the heated fluid particle comes into contact with the so many cold fluid particles in its way. So while moving or by transporting, it creates a local sites by coming into contact with the cold fluid particles, and such more and more sites are created, and because of this heat transfer takes place. So the movement of heat transfer is nothing but by convection. The heat transfer by moving hot particle is nothing but convection. So that is why the heat transfer rate by convection is more when fluid is moving. In fact, the higher the fluid velocity, the higher the rate of heat transfer. When the velocity of these hot particles increases, they come into contact with more and more number of cold fluid particles. They create a local sites for heat transfer, and hence heat transfer rate increases by convection. So this way, the heat transfer takes place by convection mechanism with the help of these two mechanisms, diffusion and advection. Now, convection heat transfer phenomena strongly depends upon fluid properties like dynamic viscosity, thermal conductivity, density, and specific heat of the fluid as well as the fluid velocity. In convection mechanism, basically all the fluid properties are coming into picture, and the convection phenomena or the rate of heat transfer in convection mechanism basically depends upon all these fluid properties. Moreover, the convection Rate of heat transfer also depends upon the geometry and roughness of the solid surface. It also depends upon the type of fluid flow, whether the fluid flow is streamlined, that is laminar, or turbulent. So, keeping in mind the dependence of the convection phenomena on the fluid properties, we can expect that convection heat transfer relation to be rather complex because the rate of heat transfer in convection depends upon the many fluid properties as a variable. And in fact, the convection is the most complex mechanism of heat compared to the conduction and radiation because of involvement of fluid and its properties. The convection mechanism is quite complex mode of heat transfer. Now let us discuss another concept which is going to be helpful in subsequent discussion: no slip and no temperature jump conditions. So no slip conditions. Let us discuss what do you mean by no slip conditions. When a fluid is flowing over a stationary surface and comes into contact with that surface, its velocity also becomes equal to the velocity of the stationary surface. That is, velocity of the moving fluid when it comes into contact with the stationary surface becomes zero, and this condition is called as no slip condition. In the figure, as you can see here, the stationary solid surface at temperature Ts is exposed to the fluid moving with velocity v. Now let us say at a distance from the leading edge of this plate, the fluid particle which are in contact with this surface. For example, in this diagram it is shown by the green circle. The green fluid particle comes into contact with this stationary solid surface. So its velocity will become zero, that is equal to the velocity of the stationary solid surface. And this condition is called as no slip condition. So this is a very important concept in order to understand the formation of boundary layer. A similar situation occurs for temperature, which is called as no temperature jump condition. So when two bodies at different temperatures are brought into contact, heat transfer occurs until both bodies assume the same temperature at the point of contact. Therefore, a fluid and solid surface will have the same temperature at the point of contact. This is known as no temperature jump condition. In the figure, once again, let us consider the same stationary solid surface at temperature Ts. It is exposed to the fluid moving at velocity v at temperature T infinity. Temperature of the solid surface, stationary solid surface Ts, is greater than temperature of the moving fluid T infinity. So any fluid particle which comes into contact with this stationary solid surface, its velocity will become zero. That is called as no slip condition. At the same time, its temperature, by virtue of heat transfer from solid surface to this cold fluid particle, will become after some time equal to the surface temperature of this solid surface. That is, T infinity will become equal to Ts. And this condition is called as no temperature jump condition. So let us try to discuss what is the implications of these two conditions, that is no slip and no temperature jump conditions. So when a moving fluid is flowing over a stationary surface and comes into contact with the stationary surface, because of no slip condition, that is its velocity will become zero at the point of contact with the stationary surface, and its temperature will become equal to the temperature of the stationary surface at the point of contact. The heat transfer from the stationary surface to the fluid takes place by conduction only, because fluid particle is motionless at the point of contact. So let us consider the stationary surface, and a fluid particle is coming into contact with this stationary surface. By virtue of the heat transfer, it will become heated, and the heat transfer will take place by conduction, because there is no motion between stationary surface and fluid particle. Okay, so the heat transfer rate from stationary surface to the fluid particle will be by conduction. But at the same time, the heat transfer from this hot fluid particle to the surrounding cold fluid particles will be by convection. And both these heat transfer rate will be same. So Q dot convection will be equal to Q dot conduction. That is heat flux rate by convection from hot fluid particles to the cold fluid particles will be equal to heat flux rate by conduction, that is from stationary surface to the cold fluid particle. And from the Fourier's law of heat conduction, we know that can be given as minus K fluid, that is thermal conductivity of fluid, into del T over del Y at the Y equal to 0. That is temperature gradient at Y equal to 0. That is at the point of contact. Similarly, we can also calculate heat flux rate by convection given as HL into Ts minus T, where Ts is the surface temperature and T infinity is the fluid temperature. In above equation, T represents the temperature distribution in the fluid, and delta T by delta Y at Y equal to 0 is the temperature gradient at the surface, where fluid and stationary surface are coming into contact with each other. After simplifying, I will get the equation for H, that is local heat transfer coefficient. We'll be discussing it subsequently, and it is given by the equation minus K of fluid into del T over del Y at Y equal to 0, that is temperature gradient at the base, over temperature difference between surface and fluid. So from the condition of no slip and no temperature jump conditions, I can get the value of local heat transfer coefficient in this fashion. Now let us, after defining convection and after describing the process how convection takes place, let us classify the convection. So convection can be classified in two ways. One is called free or natural convection. In this case, the flow of fluid is induced by buoyancy forces. The second type of convection is forced convection, where the fluid flow is initiated by some external agency or forces. Now let us discuss one by one these two different types of convection. Let us start our discussion with free or natural convection. Now in free convection, the transportation of mass or motion of fluid or circulation of fluid is caused by change in the density of the fluid, which is basically created due to temperature difference between solid surface and the mass of the fluid. In order to understand the mechanism of heat transfer by free convection, let us consider a solid surface and its temperature is surface temperature is Ts. It is exposed to the fluid. In case of free convection, the fluid is assumed to be stagnant. That is, its free stream velocity is zero or very negligible. Let us say its temperature is T infinity. Since Ts is greater than T infinity, that is solid surface temperature is greater than the fluid temperature. So heat transfer will take place from plate to the fluid. Now, in order to understand how actually heat transfer rate is taking place from the plate to the fluid, let us consider a cold fluid particle which is in contact with this stationary heated solid surface. Now, because of no slip condition, the velocity of this fluid particle will be equal to 0, and because of no temperature jump condition, the temperature of this fluid particle will become equal to the temperature of the solid surface, that is equal to Ts, and it will become heated. Now, because of heating of this fluid particle, its density decreases and it becomes lighter and it moves in the upward direction. Now, while moving in the upward direction, it comes into contact with the other cold fluid particles and transfer its heat to the cold fluid particle by convection mechanism. Sorry, conduction, because in conduction contact is required. So heat transfer between hot and cold fluid particle takes place by conduction. At the same time, any cold fluid particle will be moving in the downward direction to occupy the space vacated by this hot molecule. Once again, it will be coming into contact with the solid surface, will get heated up, its density will decrease, and it will be moving in the upward direction. So during heat transfer by free convection between solid surface and the fluid, there is a continuous upward movement of hot fluid particles and continuous downward movement of cold fluid particles. So this upward movement of hot fluid particle and downward movement of cold fluid particle is called as convection current, and this convection current will be continued till the temperature of the solid surface and the fluid particles become same, and in this way heat will be transferred from solid surface to the fluid particle by free convection. So upward movement of hot particles and downward movement of cold particle is called as convection current. Now in convection, the role of gravity has a significant role. The gravity has significant role to play, because what happens, because of this heat transfer from solid surface to the fluid particle, that is because of temperature difference between surface and the fluid particle, density variation is created, and because of this density variation, buoyancy force comes into picture because of the gravity, which causes either upward movement of hot particle or downward movement of cold fluid particle. That is why in free convection, gravity has a greater role to play. Now let us discuss the applications of free convection, free or natural convection. So designing of furnaces, house heating systems, or architectural projects such as buildings, roads, and concrete structures. They are basically relying on the concept of heat transfer by free or natural convection. Now, my question, whether cooling or heating of orbiting satellites or space vehicles will be by free convection? Is it possible to transfer heat from either orbiting satellites or space vehicle by free or natural convection? Can you answer this question? Think for a moment. Think for a 10 seconds. So answer is no. Now, as you know, satellites and space vehicles are in space, and in space there is a vacuum and there is no gravity at all. And we just now we have discussed, in order to create convection current, gravity must come into picture, because by virtue of temperature difference, density variation will be created, and because of that density variation, under the effect of gravity forces, buoyancy forces will come into picture, which will cause the fluid movement either in upward direction or downward direction. So since in space there is no gravity, so no heat transfer is taking place by free or natural convection in orbiting satellites or space vehicles. That is something quite interesting. Now, forced convection. In case of forced convection, the flow of fluid is initiated or caused by a pump, blower, fan, turbine, and compressor, or any other mechanical agency employed, or many times by atmospheric weights in case of storm. Now, what happens when these mechanical agencies are employed? They provide a definite circuit for the circulating fluid currents, and this speeds up the heat transfer rate. So because of employment of these mechanical agencies or involvement of atmospheric weights, high velocity atmospheric weights, heat transfer rate in forced convection is very high as compared to the free convection. In forced convection, velocity of the fluid is very high due to employment of external agency as compared to the free or natural convection. As we have discussed in the free convection, the velocity of the fluid initially is zero or very negligible, which is very high in case of forced convection. The application of forced convection, heat transfer by forced convection, cooling of an IC engine or air conditioning installations and nuclear reactors, condenser tubes and other equipment. Because in all these machines, some mechanical agency is employed to move the fluid from one place to another. That is why they all are examples of heat transfer by forced convection. Now let us try to understand the forced convection mechanism. In order to understand the heat transfer by forced convection, let us consider solid stationary heated surface at temperature Ts. It is exposed to the fluid at temperature T infinity. Ts is greater than T infinity, so heat transfer will take place from solid surface to the fluid. Now when we employ a mechanical agency like fan, this fan will cause the fluid to flow over this surface or this fan will cause this fluid current to flow in a certain direction. Now, what actually this fan is doing? This fan is imparting some fluid velocity to the fluid, that is increasing its kinetic energy. And because of the increase in the kinetic velocity of the fluid, the flow becomes turbulent and heat transfer rate takes place from solid surface to the fluid. And because of the involvement or creation of this turbulence of the fluid, heat transfer rate in case of forced convection is very high as compared to the free convection for the same temperature difference, Ts minus T infinity. So this way heat transfer will take place from solid surface to the fluid in case of forced convection. Now let us have a comparative look between free and forced convection. So in free convection, fluid flow is induced by buoyancy effect. So buoyancy will, because of temperature difference, density variation is created, and because of the buoyancy effect, the fluid is made to flow. Whereas in case of forced convection, an external mechanical agency is employed to induce fluid flow. Number two difference, gravity plays important role in heat transfer in case of free convection, whereas gravity has no role to play in heat transfer by forced convection. In case of free convection, initial fluid is in stagnant conditions, that is its velocity is either zero or very low in the range of 1 meter per second. Whereas in case of forced convection, heat transfer, initial fluid velocity is substantial because of employment of mechanical agency. Last one, rate of heat transfer is low in free convection, whereas rate of heat transfer is very high in case of forced convection as compared to free convection for the same temperature difference. So outcome of this video is, after watching this video you will be able to explain fundamentals of convection. Also you will be able to explain mechanism of heat transfer by convection and different types of convection. With this I come to an end of this video lecture. Happy learning.